Well, one of my favourite property people joining me now, it's the lovely Lisa Orme, who we all know from the social web. Lisa, always a pleasure to see you.
Hi,
And you're obviously a massive supporter of the Judicial Review, aren't you?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the irony is that as a mortgage advisor, I stand to benefit from people going into corporate structures instead. As a property investor, we're increasing rents. We've put up 18 rents since the start of the year already. So rents are going to increase. Property prices, if George Osborne wants everybody to get into home ownership, property prices will go up. It's inevitable. However, this is wrong. It is totally wrong. It is not only retrospective because property is an illiquid asset. People have planned for their future, their pensions, because they've been trashed. Added to which, it's wrong for tenants. Most landlords just want to cover their mortgages, have the property looked after, and then hope that in 20 years' time they can sell up, put some money in the bank, or pay off their mortgages and get a decent income in retirement. They don't want to make huge amounts of money now. All they want to do is cover their costs. And that is preventing us covering our costs. We're effectively going to be taxed on turnover, and there is no other business that is taxed in the same way. So despite the fact that me personally might benefit, it's wrong, and that's why I'm here.
Well, you always look for the greater good, I know you do. And, in terms of what you've seen today, we've had some very impressive speakers. What's your take on the morning session and the kind of vibe here?
I think it's really, really positive and upbeat. I have to say, I was a little bit sceptical that I sort of felt that the conference was preaching to the converted.
Yes.
You know, people that have already contributed are the ones that are here. But the whole point is that everybody's probably going to have to stick their hands in their pockets and more. So I think that's actually changed my mind on the conference. I think everybody getting the word out, going and speaking to their tenants, speaking to other landlords that they know. We know so few landlords actually know about this. So everybody needs to be down the pub, telling their friends, telling their mates, telling their aunt who they've discovered has got one buy-to-let that they never ever knew about. This message has got to get out there, and the best people to do that are the ones that have already put their hands in their pocket. So from that perspective, I think it's great. The speakers have been brilliant. BJ Cunningham was just hysterical. But all of the speakers have been great, and I think we're getting a real, strong movement here, and it's got to start, as everybody has said, with somebody making a stand and saying no, and that's what we're doing.
And I think it's very interesting. I was in the private room with you, with the supporters, and there was very much a feeling that it has a strong chance of winning because there are so many angles we can attack on, such as human rights, such as unfair playing field, etc. You're obviously confident that it stands a chance.
Yeah, I think, as a number of people have said, if you don't do anything, you've got no chance at all. So, even if it's only a 1% chance, it's more than doing nothing at all. So we have to give it a go. My views on the EU are fairly well known. So the fact that I'm doing something with the support of the EU is a bit of an irony there. But at the end of the day, it is there, and we have to use all powers possible. And whatever my thoughts about the referendum and Brexit and everything else, this is something separate to that. This is about the British people, our way of life, our tenants, our landlords, the way that we buy property, the way that we invest in property, and quite frankly, if we can use either British law or European law to support us and show that this is wrong and it is discriminatory against a particular sector of business, and secondly discriminating individual landlords against companies who are not going to face the tax changes, then frankly I'll use any law that's going in the land to do that. So
fantastic. Well, Lisa, it's always wonderful to have your contribution. Lovely to see you here, and thank you for taking part in this interview.
Thank you very much. Thank you.